happiness, smile, mental peace, whereas frustration will lead to panic, frustration, and fear. One is your friend and other is your enemy. It's like a day and night of your life. One is patience and one is anger. So at the end, there are so many unique solutions for both, like meditation, exercise, yoga. One will take you towards patience and far away from anger. So now choice is yours. You want to leave your anger and live with patience.
Give him a big hand. Next.
Prakhar, I'll be speaking
No, your
on...
name is not very clear. Yesterday I told, practice speaking out your name. And you should be so good at it that once you say, I am so and so, people should do it. Say it again.
Hi everyone, I am Prakhar. I'll be speaking on procrastination, which is one of the enemies of our happiness. We are calling it as an enemy of happiness. Indeed it is. Every one of us has faced this enemy multiple times in our lives. And I would fail to agree if someone says he or she is comfortable with this enemy in his or her fold. We all wish to fight with it and get rid of it. But sometimes, or I should say most of the times, the heart wins over the head and let this enemy stay. This enemy has very deep roots in our system, watered by the laziness which all of us have to some extent. To get rid of this enemy, we need the weapons of determination and awareness. We need to realize and appreciate that none of us want procrastination to be noted as a bad quality of ours. Every time I have been able to avoid it, the feeling that comes after it encourages me to get it out of my system. Lastly, we need to appreciate that we can't grow in a comfort zone. We'll have to come out of it and let ourselves grow and let this enemy of our happiness get out of our system.
Very good, very good. Very good. His language was also very good. See, language. Because when you focus, I told you words are there. When you focus, when you pause, when you have a strong desire, you will definitely write very well. Give him a big hand. I am very happy. Yes, who has left? All facility very sparingly. And I tell you, whenever it is not necessary, I close my eyes. I have been closing and I have not felt uncomfortable at all. So therefore, any situation, any problem, first let it come out. Then you decide how to deal with it. Okay, today, yes.
Could you give some feedback on how this was, or do you want to do that later as
No, on one-on-one, because if I give feedback, when you are preparing something else, each person will come and I talk.
even on this speech that we spoke right now?
No, but you spoke very well. Everybody
There must be
liked.
factors that can
No,
be particular.
Pardon?
But there must be factors that can be improved in this
That improvement is never final.
Of course,
Excellence is
just
never
to know-
final.
Just to know what you're...
No, some team, 3 teams, like yesterday. So one problem is that you are traveling in a thick jungle. And in the jungle, in the bus,
Can you please start? Traveling is?
in a thick jungle. Your team is traveling in a thick jungle in a vehicle. 5 minutes, let me describe this and then we'll come have tea. So the bus, there is a breakdown. It's very thick jungle, night, there is a breakdown. So security, etc., all you can think of, whatever the issues. Number 2, a plane is hijacked and you are the passengers. So we'll have hijackers as well as the passengers and then try to see. This is a problem. Yes. Third is English language agitation. There was some agitation, no? In Mumbai, in Delhi. from some competitive civil
UPSC.
service. So
UPSC.
it's very fresh. So you are you could say कि you are the vice chancellor or you are the minister, and how you are going to resolve this. So these are the three problems. Yes, one more maybe. In Aligarh University, those ladies were barred from the library. So one can be vice chancellor and one can be minister, and ladies represented, female organization representative, and that. So these are the four. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 teams. Yes? 1, 2,
3, 4,
1.
3, 4,
1,
2, 3.
4, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You reorganize and start working on this. And extra characters you can always hire, loan from the other teams. Yes, I think we can have tea. During the tea itself, you will divide yourself.
demands and all
Then I will say, we'll discuss what all other options we have. Let's discuss with the student how far we are from
While discussing, please be clear over.
I am the patient. I should be worrying over you. Like,
be patient. Just enjoy. Just enjoy.
first about fraternity, we can okay, I will in the kind of we can to political from a genuine issue. It became a political issue, which is where, that, like most things usually become, which is where the sense of what I was trying to say yesterday, politics as in India. So not many people knew about the issue. Everybody was speaking about the issue. Somebody was giving some connotation to it. Somebody else was giving some other connotation.
Education, this agitation took different turn on its own, and then people politicized.
I just wanted to hear the basic of the CPS examination. Earlier, I used to be that prelims examination and
Oh yeah,
after mains and
you were prepared for it.
And at that time, the pattern was totally different. The GS is the prelim subject because you are preparing for the mains, so that main subject in subjective is there, and you are getting some objective in that. It consists of GS, not the GK. It's a GS, so it consists of so many things. It's a mixture of that. That is consisting of all subjects, but
वो glamorous ने बिल्कुल उल्टा कर देता हूँ जैसे हाईजैक हो रहा है ना कुछ सेफ्टी से ऐसा नाम करता है बिल्कुल ऑपोजिट कर देता है मैं ऐसा कुछ मैं फील नहीं करता you fly safe with us. For example, क्यों शुरू होता है? Safe. Version of shit हो गया. नाम जो है जो
XYZ.
Gradually shift to this.
Never happened. That's your political
From a task perspective, like, we have to take positions. Let's say I'll explain the background.
Okay.
Then there are two positions.
Okay.
Either say pros and cons of this.
I think we can keep it open.
Yes.
Rather than we can say and everybody can talk their viewpoint.
You can just highlight the advantages.
Initially about shifting to a
Listening was not one of the parameters. Now, the argument is that you have that ability, but you can't use that ability to shortlist the people with a bigger, wider consultation. It's the screening which is the problem.
By the time I write the initial
last pilot to land on that.
You can ask her.
I will ask a pilot and land on
this year.
Dubai.
Muslim country. We want to support in Muslim country.
Dubai and
How long has this taken? Almost 10 to 15 minutes.
नहीं इस्तांबुल तो हमें चौपल होंगे वहाँ भी पहुँचेंगे.
So there is this bag of it was a very kind of intertwined. It started the real problem in the restoration was that we are only testing on one particular aspect of the or the levels of arena.
So we will start.
Can we have mic?
Yes, yes. Give them both the up in between the audience. Even मेरे reaction के लिए. Yes.
Recently there has been great
Please, yes, team 3 is starting. Let's all listen to them. Yes.
So I'm Umesh Kumar. I'm starting the discussion on behalf of team number 3. So we will be discussing the UPSC controversy. There has been big controversy on the UPSC exam, and the bone of contention was that UPSC has changed its pattern of exam. So there has been over the years gradual shift from subject-based knowledge to more personality-oriented like test, situational test, ethic test, your comprehension ability, your language ability, your attitude, and your abilities given different kind of situations. So people were initially, and there was the controversy started when there was the comprehension. A part of the test was on comprehension. The student, the examiner wanted to test the comprehension ability of the student. So the comprehension, the passage was primarily based on, initially made in English, and for other languages, say Hindi, it was translated. It was not made originally in Hindi and then tested. It was translated from English to Hindi, and translation mode was Google Translation. And in Google Translation, the meaning, went haywire. So initially, the student objected to this part, but slowly it took a ugly turn, and it came out as if they were, opposing the English language. Knowing these kind of tests, knowing English language is a distinct advantage, but it was not that as it finally looked like. And then issue got politicized. So other aspects, my other team members will be deliberating.
So as beautifully put up by Umesh, is to give a brief background to people as to what the issue was. Just to add a bit more in terms of, as with any other issue in India, the issue gets lost and it becomes politicized. And the same thing happened with this issue as well. What really happened is, the real issue around it was, what ability should a UPSC or a civil servant candidate be tested upon. But in reality, people started opposing that, what the parameters are being used are being changed. They have been changed over time, and arbitrarily introducing new criteria without prior information led to this confusion. So candidates started opposing the entire, there was this whole negativity that was there in the air around, the corruption, the civil servants. So there was this, anger in the society that, we want to change the bureaucracy, we want to change civil servants, and hence we should now introduce some other test to kind of shortlist in there. So that anger, plus things were changing, probably one could argue that they should be changed. But what is the right method and who is best placed to change it was in question. And hence, from a genuine issue which would probably where 5 people or 10 people should have sat down, discussed, have public consultation around it, did not happen, and it became from a public issue to a political issue. That's what really happened, and I think one of the friends who's got more closer insights on the UPSC, and because he's kind of prepared for some of these exams as well, he'll be able to give a different perspective or add his perspective to this.
Thank you, Karan. I had appeared for the UPSC examination in 1999. At that time, the pattern was totally different, and the government and the UPSC agency of this examination have changed something. I have some points in favor and some points in against. Change is always good, and change is required. I am not in the favor of that key. There is no changes. Changes is the requirement of the system, so I do agree with that. But it should be well informed to the students. Suddenly, if you are changing your perception or examination pattern without informing the students in advance, the career of those era students will suffer, and nobody taking that responsibility in India. Who is responsible for that? This is the favorable point. Yes, being a civil servant, you should know, but the government should also be clear about that. I have seen in the PSUs and the government organization that English is emphasized by the corporate office, and down the line the regional languages comes. If you are working in the corporate office, you must have the knowledge of that, and in private culture it is the requirement. So there is a categorization of that, but suddenly the government policy contravene in that. Some of the government like that English language. Some of the government, recently we got one circular from the Home Ministry. You have to do all your work in Hindi. So if this is the government strategy to change from here to there, you should maintain one education policy throughout your states, and then you implement something. So the changes from the grassroots level, not at the upper level when your career is at the stake. So I'm against of that. You are shifting this pattern, okay. You are testing the ability, mathematical ability, and you are testing that English language. This requirement is something different. Earlier, it was the main subject, 300, and there you have to write something, you have to understand something, and that is what part. If you are implementing this in the prelims examination, it will be difficult to pass the first barrier. This is the prelims examination, 5-6 lakhs students are appearing that. So in the first goal, you are giving credit to the banking prepared students, giving the mental ability test, mathematical test. Earlier it was only GS, that is the general science, that consists of your main subject. So the criteria is you are selecting those who have the mathematical ability, reasoning. Yes, it is required. Is it required? It is required. Being a mathematical student or physics student and something, reasoning should be there. This is the one of the phrase about the ICS is that common sense. You have to compete in the ICS. It means you must have the common sense, and mental ability is that only. But the Google translation, this English, 5 and 2 marks. You can't believe a single number hamper the thousands of students. So I am against of that. You have to change. You have to change gradually. You have to inform the candidates at least 4 and 5 years earlier, and then you just draft your policy, put it in the site, and then you shift from a certain date. This is the requirement. And
Very good.
I think everything has been mentioned. I just want to add one point about the role of media. So, as earlier mentioned by one of my friends, that the issue started with the correct presentation of the issue, but later on, the issue was diverted and the issue was portrayed as if a certain geographical area